Good, excited. Game week, man. This is the first real Tuesday, so it's awesome. It's awesome to get an opponent in front of us and get some film, get some game planning going. I know guys are excited. You put a lot of work in. I know the investment that the guys have put in is coming out, and couldn't be more excited for the guys to get out there and roll.
I know there's some things to figure out. At left tackle going into camp. How do you feel about that position specifically?
Good. I think the O-line's done a good job of working through those top 6, 7, 8 guys, and I think the left tackle position is going to be one we're going to feel really good about on Saturday night. These guys are going to be rolling in, and Coach C's got a great lineup, a great idea for those guys up front. I really enjoyed the fact that in camp we've rolled a lot of guys through at different spots. I think the position flexibility in the front's huge, and to have a few guys at some depth at that position, I think last year was a major issue. And it's a lot of places like that. Let's be really candid. There's a lot of places that when you're starting it up, you're going to work through the roster development piece, the talent acquisition piece, and we're no different. And I'm just getting here knowing that too. So I've been excited about that top group that's out there right now.
How game ready is Sam?
One more time.
How game ready is Sam?
How game ready is Sam? We'll find out. The guy's only played in a few games. At this point, we're trying to get him as ready as he can. He's had a bunch of practice, a bunch of reps. We had 1,500, camp reps. He's had a spring ball. You won't know till the lights come on, and there's going to be some growth pains in a guy who's in his 5th game or whatever it may be. But that's part of it.
How do you feel that he's gotten used to you as a play caller? You guys are just getting on the same page,
I think the only way to get that done is we spend a lot of time together in the film room. We spend a lot of time when we plan practice. Try to use any kind of a teaching tool we can, whether it's film, whether it's written, whether it's any modality we've got at our extent to be able to handle the communication that we've got, what we're looking at, why we're calling what certain packages and plays we like, certain things, and the more we get together, the more time we get together, the more we start thinking, symbiotically, and hopefully that connection starts to continue to gel, which it usually does when you spend that much time together, right?
Is it easier when you're narrowing down to a game plan versus everything that you're doing in camp?
Yeah, it can be because you're starting to really hone in on this is the small piece of it. With that said, there's also components where you're going against your defense for 20 days, and all of a sudden now you change gears, and there's some versus our defense we did this, and this we've got to do that. And so there's a little bit of that sometimes. Hopefully it's not too much when you've got a system you're piecing together. We're still in the infant stages, obviously, but we're trying to make sure that piece of it is streamlined, and you don't have a whole lot of mechanical stuff that's going to change a lot and start over.
In the film that you've been studying, what has the process been like about learning what kind of program Wyoming has specifically on the defensive side of the ball and what they could be bringing on Saturday?
Well, historically, first of all, I've worked there before, so I know what that place is all about. A real tough, hard-working, blue-collar operation has been for a really long time, and I think it's really in their DNA of how they play. It's been like that for a long time since they've been coached there. Coach Bull has kept it rolling and done an amazing job. And now he's gone, and now Jay's there to take over. And I don't see much of a change in regards to the DNA of that football program. A tough blue collar group that's going to be right where they're going to be. They're not going to beat themselves. They're going to play tough brand of football, and that's what I was there when I was there, and that's what they continue to be. So we've got a tough task.
What do you hope your offense might do this Saturday?
Well, on the field, you got to make sure, number one, you take care of the football more than anything. I think that's the biggest thing in brand of football is taking care of the football. Trying to be explosive on however you need to do it, whether you're running the ball or throwing the ball down the field. A group that's tough, smart, physical, and understands situational football. And I think at the end of the day, those are the things that we've got to get done offensively. That's what you have to get done on your side of the ball as an offensive group to have success.
Do you feel like you've ironed out the helmet communication stuff with Sam, and you guys have a good plan for that?
Yeah, for the most part, we've worked it as much as we can. We worked it, back NFL, you didn't walk through stuff like that. We've tried to use every which way to use the helmet communication. We've got walk-through setting, helmet things. We've got walkie-talkies and walkthroughs to continue to kind of use the mechanics and the chemistry of him hearing my voice in his ear. So I think we've tried every which way. We've worked in the stadium, within the box. We haven't worked the game day, but we'll see how that all operates.
Is that a breath of fresh air to finally have this in college football in a sense?
Yeah, it's pretty cool to have it finally in college football. It took a long time, obviously, but yeah, there's some pieces to it that make it really fresh, that give you some edges, I think, if you can use it effectively. And so I'm excited to see it all plays out on both sides of the ball.
Where could those edges be gained?
Well, as you get into the minutia of offense and defense, when you get into certain packages and checks and communication to guys on field checks, either without the earpiece, you've got rote memorization and adjustments made internally, which hopefully they've got coached up and right. Now, before that 15-second clock, you may have some time to communicate with guys that you didn't have before. And so I know each place and each side of the ball is going to use that in different patterns or different recipes. But I think the ability to have that conversation with guys, if you can use it effectively, can be an advantage.
I know that different coordinators have different philosophies about the week 1 game. You want to keep the playbook really tight. You just want to open it and really without limitations like any other week. What's your philosophy for that?
Yeah, I mean, you want to put enough out there you can be efficient and effective and not put your guys, at a disadvantage in regards to a whole new way of offense. I don't believe in that. I don't think that's who we're going to be. I know we're in the infant stages of putting the offense in the first fall, but I think, my philosophy, the fact that go out there and do what we do something the guys can understand, put it in the players' hands, and as far as what the players are getting the balls, how we can scheme it up, and how we coach it. You can't throw a bunch of stuff at it that they don't know. And I think at the end of the day, go out there and whatever we've got installed and we feel good about, go out there and execute.